What's going on, you bunch of pencil pushers? Nick Daniels here, coming at you live, man, yet again. Tonight, we got another date fail for you. Very exciting video, going to be a little bit longer. So, I was on Bumble a bit ago, and matched with this girl. I think she's kind of cute, you know, vibing with it, you know, feeling it. So anyway, start talking up a little bit. You know, not too crazy in the conversation, but yeah, it's going okay. And I'm just kind of taking it easy. I'm not like head over heels here, okay? So, just on Bumble. That's all it is, okay? And yeah, so she's making a move. She's like, listen, hey, like, do you want to, what's your Snapchat or something? I don't know, something like that. Listen, don't have one. I was like, an easy answer. Just don't fucking have it, okay? Yes, no Snapchat. One sec. There's a car right on me here, so. Yeah, literally, buddy was just tailing the fuck out of me right there. Apologies. Anyway, yeah, so I don't have any of that. You know, and it's like, well, you know, I do rock an Instagram. So anyway, so we ended up starting texting, and she follows me on Instagram, and I decided to give her the old courtesy follow back, as you will. So, and this is where the mistake happened. So this is the first red flag. So I give her the old follow back. We're texting up a little bit, and I go scope out the old Instagram. Okay, so this is what you do. You do this, okay? So you go scope it out, and what you do is you just wage up the pictures that someone has online. 90% of the time, they've posted them to Instagram, okay? So sure enough, lo and behold, they're a little older. Like we're talking like, you know, good 2 years minimum, 2-3 years, something like that. So, you know, I mean, and now, granted, you know, I'm putting a few pictures on Bumble. None of them I took yesterday. Like mine are old, if not older, okay? So, benefit of the doubt, all right? And I got to stop doing this. I think this is where I fall short. Because yeah, I just kind of go with it, and then it backfires. But I was wary of it anyway. So yeah, so some old pictures are on there, kind of alarming, in my opinion. There's a couple red flags going off already in my mind, but you know, fuck it, right? Okay, let's see. So we're talking anyway, and conversation's okay, not too bad. And so I just shoot it out there. It's like, listen, you know, are you fancying like a date, like a meetup, anything at all? You know, I could really, I don't like wasting time texting, right? I want to see who this person is. And you know, she's kind of giving me a little bit of hesitation, you know. So it can be for any one of those reasons. Like you're talking online, that's usually why the first one is. People will give you hesitation because it's just like, oh, well, we haven't met. Well, that's like the whole point. You know, I don't like just texting for like 3 weeks and like, you know, just, it's just, I don't want to do that, right? But it's like, if we can just chat in person, I can see if I'm actually going to like, if we're going to kick it off, like if I'm going to like this person or not. You know, up until that point, I just kind of feel like I'm wasting my time, to be quite honest. Or I could very well be doing that. So anyway, like I said, I don't pressure for a date, but I do ask about it. And that's going to be the whole point here. One sec. I'm not hitting the button. Shoot me. I'm in a crosswalk, ain't hitting the button. Well, sidewalk. There's a crosswalk there. Normally you can hit the buttons. It's just, nah. We ain't hitting shit. Okay, we're taking a quick, sorry, it's going all black here. We're taking a quick loop around. This is kind of a sketchy park, man. It's right in people's like backyards. It's like right there. Anyway, so like I was saying, so I don't pressure for the date, but I ask for it, you know, and she's kind of like blowing it off a little bit. You know, I'm not really vibing for it. It's like, oh, okay, whatever. You know, and it was just like, I think it was like, oh God, I don't even know. It was like a Thursday or a Wednesday. And I was just like, hey, like, what are you doing this weekend? That kind of thing. And so that's a no-go. So I was like, okay, whatever. Now I'm kind of like settled in at home. I'm just chilling, man. You know, it's getting to that time. I don't even know what it was, like 7 o'clock, 8 p.m., you know, that time. But, you know, I'm unwinding, right? And as far as I know, I've retired for the evening. And she starts texting me to come on over for a movie. So I'm starting to just like, you know, I'm getting all these puzzle pieces and they're just sliding together all of a sudden. It's like, okay, pictures are a couple years old. You know, she's making the moves for my phone number and Snapchat and whatever, you know, whatnot. You know, I haven't asked for any of that. Now I have said, hey, you want to do something? She's like, nah, I'm good. And then comes out like, I don't even know what it was, a short period later. And, you know, and then I get pondered that question, right? It's like, oh, hey, you want to come over for a movie? So now this, I don't care, man. It's just like, this is not something I tend to want to do. I have done that before, like chill out with someone that I haven't met before right in their house. It's weird, okay? It's just like, you don't know who it is. You know, they can swear up and down they're not going to hurt you. And I tell them, I was like, I believe you. It's just like, I can't, it's just my code, man. I don't do it, right? Like, I like to be in a public location for anyone's safety just to see who the hell I'm talking to, right? And especially if I need to get out of there. Like, if it's just awkward, it's kind of hard just to be like, I'm going to leave. Like, it's not like Fallout New Vegas where you're just like, I should be going. So she's asking for that, and I'm debating it. I am debating it, right? I'm even texting her, and I'm like, listen, I don't know. I don't think so. And she kind of keeps pushing for it, though, and I was like, no. Like, I was firm. I just stayed on it, and then eventually I was just like, I don't think so. And I was like, well, how about tomorrow then? We meet in public, right? Like, none of this, like, whatever. And she's like, well, it's just me and my roommate here. Like, you know, we're not going to hurt you. We're not going to do whatever. And I was like, listen, you're probably right. It's just like, I'm not going to do that. So, like, yeah, like, tomorrow was perfect for me, but I'm only doing it in public. You know, and then from there, we'll kind of go from there, right? So, I work downtown, so I was like, hey, listen, like, we can kind of, you know, not going to lie, it's kind of convenient for me. I'm just like, let's just go downtown, get a cone, you know. I can just hear the car stopped in the road. Yeah, it's waiting for me to get through the crosswalk. You know, it's like, yeah, listen, let's get a cone. Let's get some yogurt, you know, get an ice cream. Dating playbook for men, man. That was Buddy's like #1 date. He was like, oh, let's just get yogurt. And she seems to be down, you know, seems to be something, maybe a drink. So we move it to that. We move it to a drink, which is pretty casual. I was like, all right, sweet, we can get a drink. And then she's not up for downtown. So I was like, oh, okay. And she wants something close to her and cheap. Okay? Cheaper. Okay. I'm not gonna, you know, I ain't saying no to that. So, yeah, so we plan a location. Now, she's like, if you actually had to drive it, I would say no more than like 4 minutes. Like, there was no way she was more than 4 minutes. And she took like an Uber to get there, okay? Now, I roll up. And this is the next day, by the way. This is not the Wednesday. I ex-nayed that. So yeah, this is the Thursday. So I meet her at the location. Okay, just some restaurant there, whatever. Grab a patio, and I start sipping a Stella. Okay, nice little light beer. And my whole plan was just, well, obviously I'm just gonna have the one beer, unwind, and take it easy. And she rolls up. Okay. So as I ultimately feared. Yeah, my fears have succumbed. Yeah, she's bigger. You know, and I hate to say that stuff sometimes because, like, you know, like I saw her pictures. I actually I thought she was quite attractive. And I saw her in person, and I just didn't get that same vibe. You know, like there's definitely a difference there, and it's unfortunate because, like, you don't get that from those pictures. Like, her appearance is, like, in my opinion, completely different. And it was kind of misleading, you know. I wouldn't say I got catfished, but I'll definitely say I got like old photo-ished. Anyway, so she sits down now, we start chatting up, and I can already tell something's going to be interesting on this one because I'm not doing any of the talking, and she's just going and going and going. And she had mentioned some anxiety, and I was like, oh, I see. So like that makes sense now because, you know, as we start talking, I find out she's already had like a couple glasses of wine. She gets another one there. She's going home for more. And it's already putting off like a flag. Like, it's like, dude, you know, I'm not looking to date an alcoholic here, man. I was like, that's a lot. Like, just to go out for a date and then just to tell them, like, oh, listen, yeah, like, I'm going home and I'm pounding back 3 more. It was like, oh, geez, man. And here I was just like, oh, you know, long day. Just figured I'd have a Stella, go home. You know, just have the one. And I think that's a pretty casual thing to do. And yeah, it's just getting that back. It was like, oh my God, right? Like we're in two different wavelengths here. So like talking about work and stuff. So she's been like, she wasn't really working with COVID and all that, but apparently she was going back to work here, like, around the corner. So basically she was just living off like EI and stuff, which again, I wasn't like, oh man, it really sucks to say that stuff, but it's like, dude, like have you even been looking? Like, I totally get people are like, oh, I really like that job I have, and I'm just waiting to come back. But it's like, at some point, wouldn't you just start looking around, even in the meantime? So that wasn't happening. And the conversation was just lackluster. Like, I mentioned, like, my 5-year plan. Like, just kind of, I don't know, just something to say. So I was like, yeah, here's where I'm kind of going. Here's what I do in my spare time. And then I'm hoping she latches on to one of those things, right? She sees something, she's like, she likes that. And no different than me, right? She would say something like that. That didn't happen. Hers is basically like, it was like one thing, and I was like, oh, okay, well, and it was a struggle, man. Yeah, it was one of those ones where you just have like, you just really notice you have like nothing in common. And even if the girl was like exactly what she looked like in her pictures, which by all means would have been a great thing, I just don't feel like we had stuff in common. It was like that conversation would have just went the exact same. It would have been like, oh, okay. Because I genuinely tried to show interest, like I would normally do so. And it was like, it was definitely a mutual thing after. So the waiter was pretty good. I'm going to give that to him, actually. The waiter was pretty good. And she's worked in the service industry before, like waitress and stuff like that. So she had tipped him like $20. And I was like, just kind of looking at that. And I made a comment, man. I was like, dude, my meal was $20. Like, what the hell? And we split. I don't know if that matters, but she offered a split. I know a lot of guys will get like offended about that. I was like, dude, that's like $20 less I gotta pay. It's fantastic. But yeah, so it's like she offered a split on the bill. Fantastic. Tipped the guy $20 and then was like complaining. And there'll be a little past tense here for a quick second. But originally I had offered, like I said, to go downtown. And there was two reasons she wouldn't go. One, she said she was kind of in pain. And she was supposed to go to the hospital and just like didn't go. And I was like, oh, okay. Like for whatever she was dealing with. And then the second thing was like, it was affordability. It was like, I don't really want to spend $20, to get that Uber down there. And it kind of surprised me. Because it's like, well, so we're just going to finish the rest in the car. I'm done the walk, so, and it's raining. So, like my DJI pocket's getting like freaking soaked. Oh, jeez. Okay, one sec. We got to, I don't think I can do this in the middle of the video. Yeah, I can't do it. One sec. Okay, yeah, part 2, I guess. Sorry, I know we're going like 13 minutes here. We'll wrap it up in a minute. But yeah, I just wanted to finish up this last section here. So yeah, just overall, it wasn't that great. Yeah, I wouldn't even say we got in an argument, but I made a comment on the $20, and I didn't like bring up all the fact, but it was like all the little notes there. But it was like, you don't want to go downtown because it's expensive. You're looking for the cheapest place possible. You're not technically working, and then you tip $20. And I was like, I get like you've been a server before, but I think like $20 is, in my opinion, is just way too much. Like, give the guy like 20% or something. But it was like, you gave him like 100. It was kind of weird. I don't know. It just threw me off. Like, yeah. So anyway, so like I said, the date didn't go that well. I was ready to bounce, man. I was not driving her home or anything, and she was just kind of sitting there like looking at me, and I just knew it was coming. The request. So she had like her purse and whatnot. She was just sitting there, like she was making no attempt to be like, all right, take it easy. And I knew what she was coming, and it was like, so are you gonna drive me home, or do I have to get an Uber? Like, it was just like that. And I'm not gonna lie to you, like when someone asks something like that, like it's, hey, listen, do you mind? Like, no problem. But if someone's like, so am I doing this or am I doing that? Like, well, my ultimate answer for anybody really should just be like, well, then you're doing the latter. As in, get your damn Uber and take it easy. And I was very tempted on doing it. But I drove her home. She was like, again, literally like, it must have been 3 minutes from, I was shocked she didn't even just walk over. Anyway, so I just gave her a quick drive. Now, normally on the end of a date, if I'm dropping somebody off or whatever that might be, I usually like to at least, sorry, it's really dark. I could put like a fucking light on in here. Oh man, it doesn't even make a difference. yeah, so she's like shotgun here, and I was gonna just say something. I'm like, hey, it was fun or whatever. Or in that case, maybe I was gonna be like, hey, listen, kind of thinking, maybe that's it. I gotta look over. She's already out of the car, closing the door. So I mean, I think it was a mutual date. Basically, in the too long don't read section, if you want to call it that. Basically, it's just like, yeah, I got 3-year-old pictures of a woman. Which doesn't surprise me at this point. Like that stuff happens. She seemed a little too eager for me to come over on movie night. Way too eager. She was kind of pressuring me into it, and I was kind of wondering why the hell she wanted me over so badly. Obviously, it makes sense, and I can understand why. There might be some sexual reasons there. I don't know. I'm just saying there could have been. I just don't know why that was such a thing, and I just didn't bite onto it, and I just feel like that was a good idea. And then the date it's just nothing in common. There's a certain kind of woman I'm looking for, and I just didn't see it there. I really like an independent woman, and I didn't have it. I don't think she's that bad of a person. I mean, I don't know. It could have just been the date, you know what I mean, from online. But yeah, I just there's definitely a way to go on a date. I think you got to present yourself in a certain manner, and I just didn't see it there. And that was it. It was just, I can't get behind this person. It was just like, oh man, she's going a mile a second. Just boom, 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 and I'm just sitting there, and it's like, dude, you've commented 15 times on the food being a lot. I was like, that's why you don't. I just grabbed an appetizer. I was like, just grab an app and a beer. It's all we said. We're going for a beer. I was like, I'm not taking it to dinner. So I already kind of had a little food. I was like, I'm good. I'll just get some quick, garlic fingers or something. But got to be one of my worst ones. Yeah, that's got to be one of, nah. I mean, it's not top, but it definitely didn't go well. I've had dates that at least went decently, and I still was like, but that one was just I was just waiting to leave. Once I finished the Stella, I was like, yeah, take it easy. Anyway, so sorry this was so long. But thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Nick Daniels, take it easy. Peace.